Hey, baseball fan, time for a little self-care and a few minutes of cardboard meditation. Welcome to the show that features some of baseball's oddest stories and the cardboard slabs that document them. Find peace and joy through baseball cards with your host, the Big Guy.
Well, good morning and welcome to the show. I am the Big Guy, and I appreciate you tuning me in as we celebrate the All-Star Game. We've got some shows every day, a brand new one leading right up to the All-Star Game next week. So keep watching. We've got another one that I'll tell you more about at the end of this one. It's one of my favorites. So I don't know if that makes you stick around, but stick around. You know, All-Star cards got their start right around the same time that Topps started making cards in 1951. Now, you probably remember the 1951 Redbacks and the 1951 Bluebacks. At that same time, they were making the Topps Major League Baseball All-Star cards. Now, these cards were black and white pictures, I don't know, probably 3 to 4 inches tall, 5 inches maybe, and it was against a red background. And they were kind of punched out a little bit halfway through the card, so you could punch the top part of the card out, fold the red part back, and it would stand up like an easel, and you would have a little stand-up, a little statue, cardboard statue nonetheless, of your favorite player of the All-Star Game. There were 11 cards in this set, and just a few of them made it to the Hall of Fame. Yogi Berra was one of them, and Larry Doby was one of them. So I think I'm going to show you the best All-Star card from each year, and also a runner-up from that year. So you'll see the second best card and then the best card. So we're going to start in 1951, and then we're going to skip ahead to 1958 because Topps didn't make any All-Star cards between those years. And by the way, Topps didn't always produce All-Star cards. They kind of skipped some years, and if it appears that I'm missing years as we move forward, it's because there were no All-Star cards, primarily for the All-Star Game from that year. All right, let's get started because there are a lot of them. All right, the best runner-up card from the 1951 Major League Baseball All-Stars card, the one I was telling you about, is Hall of Famer and first black player in the American League, Larry Doby. Pretty cool card, isn't it? You can see where you can punch them out. And the very best from 1951, the very best, is Eddie Stanky. Now, I love that old giant script on those old baggy old wool uniforms. It's absolutely magical time in baseball history. Let's take a look at the 1958 best runner-up. It's Frank Malzone from the Red Sox. The design on the card it's legendary. It's a nice bust shot, and the Sport Magazine logo on the top literally adds credence to the player and the card. You know, actually, Sport Magazine used their own criteria and actually picked out the All-Stars from that year, but just because they were selected didn't mean they got to play in the All-Star Game. That was still up to the MLB. And I bet you'll know what card from that set is considered the best, right? It's Mickey Mantle. So no surprise and no arguments. It defines the very definition of an All-Star card. All right, let's get on to 1959. Here's Casey Stengel pointing out where the bathrooms are to a rookie sports reporter. He is the runner-up for this year, 1959, with the legendary Hank Aaron being the very best. Let's just look at that for a sec. Everybody wants that card in their collection. I know I do. The Topps 1960 set is what I feel to be the best All-Star cards ever designed. The card really represents that time really well, with the 60 in the background and some beautiful photos of the players kind of superimposed over the 60 and a shadow behind them to give it depth. It's my favorite, and the runner-up for the 1960 set is Eddie Mathews. Look at that. It's absolutely beautiful. The winner is Sherm Lollar. Not your big superstar, but that is an incredible card. Good job, Sherm. Let's take a look at the 1961s. These must have just amazed kids in 1961 when they saw their favorite players busting through the sporting news, showing the whole world that they're the best at their position. The runner-up for this set is Del Crandall. And the winner for the 1961 All-Star card is Al Kaline. Both cards offer up a great follow-through swing. These are beautiful cards. Now, 1962 runner-up is, well, Al Kaline again. Yeah, I'm a homer. But this is an incredible card. But I'll defer to the judge. Well, thanks, Judge. The winner is Brooks Robinson. For the poses on both of these cards are kind of similar, aren't they? But what I really love is that Oriole patch on Brooks's shoulder. It's just fabulous and really says something about the time. Those big wool uniforms and those nice patches. I'm a sucker for those. Now we got to jump up to 1968. That's the next year Topps produced All-Star cards. The runner-up for the best All-Star card that year is Ron Santo. For the same reason that I love the Brooks Oriole patch, I really love the Cub patch on Santo's shoulder. The winner from 1968 is Roberto Clemente. I love the landscape design. We hadn't seen that going all the way back till 1960. The 1969 runner-up for the best All-Star card is Bill Freehan. Now, I love that card where the player is wearing a helmet. Now, that's always because there's light kind of reflecting off the helmet, and it adds a lot of depth to the card. At least it does for me. The best card from 1969 is another catcher, Johnny Bench. A couple of catchers showing off their good looks as well as their smarts. By the way, the players in the background of these cards are not Bench or Freehan. Kind of weird, isn't it? 1970 cards look remarkably like the 1961 version of the Topps All-Star card. The runner-up on this is Reggie Jackson, and the winner is Frank Robinson. I love these cards. These were the cards I was collecting as a little boy. The next year Topps produced All-Star cards was 1974. The runner-up is Bobby Mercer and Pete Rose because they were a dual card in a landscape form. And the winner is Reggie Jackson and Billy Williams. Reggie Jackson getting a lot of airplay in this particular program. In 1975, the regular base card had a little star denoting the All-Star selection. It was their normal card, but just that little star told that he was an All-Star player. Joe Morgan is the runner-up this year, with the winner being Rod Carew. In 1976, Greg Nettles comes in second place, and Johnny Bench makes his second appearance as the best in 1976. 1977 runner-up is Rusty Staub. I loved this card growing up as a kid. It was a beautiful in-action shot of one of my Detroit Tigers. Rod Carew shows up again as the winner, the best of all-star cards that year. Now Dave Parker, he's the runner-up for the 1978 set, and Jim Palmer shows off his good looks as being the best of the best in 1978 All-Star cards. Carlton Fisk is the runner-up in the 1979 cards, and again, Jim Palmer takes the prize with the best All-Star card. The state of Pennsylvania is well represented in the 1980 All-Star set. Again, Dave Parker making an appearance as the runner-up. And Mike Schmidt showing off his rugged jawline in his All-Star card. Now, the runner-up for 1981 is Fred Lynn. It's a nice in-action card, but I don't think about Fred bunting when I think about him hitting. What about you? And the winner for the 1981 season is, again, Dave Parker. Willie Randolph is runner-up in 1982. These are nice cards. Perhaps the best All-Star cards in these later years, if you ask me. George Foster is the best version of that. What do you think? Bobby Grich is the runner-up in 1983, my second favorite card style in this era. And Reggie makes his third appearance as an all-star star. In 1984, Eddie Murray is the runner-up, and the Pirates' Johnny Ray is the best card of 1984. 1985, Cal Ripken was having some great years in this era, and his All-Star card netted him a runner-up position. And Gary Carter is the best, I'd say. What a great card. Now, we're getting close to the end, and I'd love to know if you agree with all of these choices. And if not, leave a comment below because your opinion is really important to me. The 1986 All-Star cards are pretty nice, too. Rickey Henderson is the runner-up, and my choice for the best is Don Mattingly. Wade Boggs is the second best card in 1987, with the Hall of Famer Jim Rice being just the best. 1988 Matt Noakes is the second best looking card of the year. And again, Don Mattingly. Do you ever get Eddie Van Halen vibes when you look at Donnie Baseball? Just curious. The ageless wonder Julio Franco represents the Indians and a second-place spot for the best All-Star card in 1989, with Ryne Sandberg being number 1. These are the really nice colored cards that are just kind of, sparkle to me. I like them. And finally, Kirby Puckett comes in as runner-up in 1990 with Jack Armstrong pitching his way to number 1. And these are the best All-Star cards between 1951 and 1990. Take a look at them, and if you don't agree, well, I'd like to hear from you down in the comment section. Hey, coming up tomorrow, we are going to be showing you some cards from 1971, the cards from 71 and the 1971 All-Star Game, and why that was so important. Well, at least to me. So make sure you join me tomorrow for that, okay? And remember, bring happiness to your life with baseball cards. Joy, happiness, and peace. It's all yours. Just get some baseball cards. Talk soon.
Cardboard meditation helps set your mind right. Thank you for watching. Show us your appreciation by clicking the like and subscribe button. Ring the bell while you're at it so you'll know when we upload a new story.